Hi, my name is Vicki Erickson. I am from Rice County in Minnesota. Woo! I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about a specialty that I learned through 4-H, and I really got involved with this specialty a lot because I took college classes actually on it, and I actually learned a little bit more about it. It is the topic about rocks. I know it's silly, but here's the thing: rocks are a very important thing. They are the things that make up this earth. They make up everything. They build they're the pieces that are in concrete that build buildings. They are the things that are laying out all over the ground. So it's very important for us to kind of learn a little bit about what's all around us and how old really is it. But I'm not going to go into all that detail. I'm just going to teach you guys a little bit more about the basics to help you on your way to having a good, successful geology project. Yes, geology is a fancy word for people that are studying rocks. A geologist is a person that is studying rocks. It is kind of the same way, just like how you don't call a doctor like, oh, I'm gonna go see a person about my health issue. No, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna go see a doctor. Just like with geology, you're gonna go see someone. If you're questioned about a rock, you're gonna go see a geologist. So there are many millions and millions of different types of rocks out there in the world. There is. And throughout my 7 years in 4-H, I've done the geology project for 6, and I discovered almost every single specimen in Minnesota, but I haven't explored out from Minnesota because of how similar some states can be around us and how different they can be. Such as Minnesota doesn't have as much metamorphic rocks as do Hawaii or the Caribbean. So, talking about metamorphic rocks are made from volcanic rock, such as basalt. Basalt is basically all of the rock underneath the sand in the ocean. And basalt is very smooth. You could tell that is basalt by how smooth it is and by the color. And you can also tell that when you look at it, you don't really see any grains or layers in it. It is a very fine texture, and it's very cheap. As in, if you're going for like a countertop, basalt isn't one of the strongest rocks to get for a countertop like that. Then there's also sedimentary rocks, and those rocks are made up of multiple different types of rocks that are kind of glued and put together by pressure and by clay being melted and reformed. And they don't look anything like a metamorphic rock that's nice and smooth, one color, and all the same. They are a bit different, just like how this one is. You can tell that there's different shapes and sizes and colors in it. And what's really interesting about sedimentary rocks is you find them everywhere. You find them on the beaches, you find them in the gravel, because they are such cheap rocks to find. Because another thing to think about with a sedimentary rock is basically if you're putting 2 pieces of brick together with concrete, that kind of is like a sedimentary rock. It's like gluing 2 things together to make a rock. And the reason why people find them everywhere is because it happens everywhere. And you don't need to have a volcanic eruption or lava to create a sedimentary rock. You just need pressure, which the earth holds and gives. That's what gravity is. It's pressure. And it just needs a little bit of time. Well, rocks are older than us. So they can rocks actually do grow. That is another fun fact of the day. And the last rock I kind of want to talk about is the igneous rocks. And those rocks are more of the variety of different rocks that you'd find, such as such as the diorite, the rhyolite, and they're like fine, they're crystal-like. Just like how this one, you kind of see a little bit of crystallization on top of it. That's what it is. Igneous rocks are found within the surface of the ground, and you kind of find it more with the gravel, such as the sedimentary rocks. So, even if you want to go more into geology like I did, I picked up a rocks and minerals guide from one of my hikes that I went on, which they're all different for different states, but for Minnesota, I suggest the Lake Superior one because it has varieties of rocks, not just in Minnesota, but in Michigan, Wisconsin, and a little bit in Canada, because it's talking about all the rocks in Lake Superior. And last but not least, I'm going to show you my geology project that I've created within the years. So you can kind of see how well developed I had to be for a while. And there we are. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about rocks and why they kind of are an important feature to our world, and how you can actually identify a rock maybe, or how to go about trying to identify a rock. Thank you.